All right, welcome everyone to the webinar. We are going to talk about building for Super Saturday and the best practices and how to maximize the effort. I mean, we got a ton of volunteers putting out time for all of us to have an amazing Super Saturday. Let's just not dilly-dally. Let's take advantage of their effort, energy, and time and make some money and change some lives at the same time. So that's what I was going to put right here. A couple of the goals are make money, change lives, grow the company, grow personally, volunteer, speak, and recognition. Right. There's a lot of goals that need to happen at Super Saturday. And then, of course, training. Getting the actual nuts and bolts out of it. We did a ton of above and beyond Super Saturday stuff that not any other markets really did. Maybe Chicago did it, but not like how we did it, where we had such a variety, so many different kinds of people, and so many different types of training on Super Saturdays. And the reason why we get something like that is because we've been building, but we need to step it up. Okay, corporate is making a new requirement for attendance. So attendance at Super Saturdays is now being tracked to qualify for intensives. So they look at each market different, and each market's numbers and everything is growing. You know, as long as your market's growing, everyone's numbers are a little bit different on what to qualify for. Some it's 50, some it's 100, some it's 150. But we want these intensives because we can sell a lot of education. We can get educated ourselves. There's a lot of benefits to it. And we're going to earn it through these Super Saturdays. Okay, so these are the goals of Super Saturday, yes? And one of the other things I wanted it to do was be a time for people to explore their own strengths. But it's definitely a time for guests because it's time to make money. So let's get down to that, okay? Let's get down to the making money part. Every customer needs to have an experience. Every customer needs to be told and gone through this experience of the Renatus wealth cycle. Okay, now this is easy for me to talk about because I live, eat, and breathe, sleep Renatus. But when you're at the beginning of your career, you might have to pay more attention to these kinds of conversations. So the reason why this wealth cycle is so awesome is because we can make money marketing and we make money using the Renatus service. But where it really starts is it actually starts not at the real estate, but it actually starts at the marketing. This is the starting point. Here's why. I call this starting point. Bob calls this the starting point because this is where you're going to get paid the quickest paid. Paid quick here. And we get to develop skills. We get skills, we get paid quick. This is our starting point. A lot of people are like, but I'm here for real estate. Yeah, I get that. Now, when we're thinking about these goals, we want to change lives, grow the company, grow personally, volunteer, get recognized, do training, make money. These are the goals that we're out here to accomplish. $99 out of 100 people are confused about their retirement. Oh, come on. 99 out of 100 people in this country need help. They're not necessarily emergencies. Plenty are. Maybe 85, maybe 90 of them are emergencies. But either way, the overwhelming majority of the people in our country need help when it comes to money. Well, that's exactly what we do here, right? So this is the conversation I'm having with a guest. And it comes out a little bit differently based off of the person. But the whole concept is we're basically working from 25 to 65 years old, right? So we're going to work 40 years for 40 hours a week to then when we're in retirement, try to live off 40%, the 40-40-40 plan. So some of you are saying, man, we recognize this is pain. This is pain. I don't want it. So then they go, okay, the solution to this 40-40-40 plan, right? Instead of this, people are going to say, oh, the solution could be, how about we do, instead of that, we do real estate. And heck yeah, real estate is going to get us out of that 40-40-40 plan. It might take 5 or 10 years to build up enough real estate to quit it, though. To comfortably retire and never have to go back to that. So, well, I mean, there's a lot of time involved in real estate, right? Time, risk, skills you got to have. You got to have a network. You got to have resources. Well, okay. But if 99 out of 100 people need help, then they don't necessarily have a boatload of time. They're not necessarily willing to take all the risk, maybe because they've already screwed so many things up. They got too much to lose. They don't have the skills. They don't have the resources. So 99% of these people are lacking in this, right? But if they got it right, if they got real estate right, then they could quit the 40-40 plan and move on with their life. How exciting. Well, if you're already working 40 hours a week and commuting, now you're up to 50, and then you got kids and you got to go to the gym and you got to read and you got to shower and eat. And by the time you're done, like there goes your whole week. The whole 168 hours are gone. So where are you going to fit real estate in, right? When you think about your schedule for the day or the week, how are you going to fit real estate in if this is the world you're trying to live in and get out of? It's not going to happen very easily. So this is why the Renatus wealth cycle needs to be told to every customer, because a lot of them are going to say, wow, this real estate thing looks great. And if I could really get it going, I would do real estate. But I don't have these things. So then they just take it off the table as a possibility. When it's really the best shot, real estate is the best shot at getting someone out of the rat race, because it's a big uphill battle with time, risk, skills, network, and resources. A lot of people just don't even try. And we're saying, you know what? If we get into Renatus and we do this first, it's going to create space, skills, and cash flow to be able to do more real estate if we start doing this marketing side. So when I'm talking to people about this, they go, oh, no. Some of them are like, oh, no, I don't want to do the marketing. I just want to do the real estate. I don't want to do the marketing. I just want to do real estate. And then I say, how are you going to do real estate without marketing? Like, you have to learn how to market your property, market yourself, market your team, market your crew, market the solutions you can bring. You have to know how to market. So why not do marketing here? Okay, now a lot of people are still kind of resistant. Oh, what will people think if I'm now a marketer instead of a bus driver? Or what if I'm a marketer now instead of a federal employee or a mail delivery person? Oh no, I'm a marketer now instead of what? That's stupid. No one's ever done that. When people say I'm in the marketing, they smile. I'm in marketing. I'm in advertising and marketing. So the skills are really what's going to change their life. So I know at their job, there's a whole bunch of dislikes. They don't like their boss. They don't like the traffic. They don't like the hours. They don't like the pay. They don't like the vacation. They don't like the taxes. Oh my God, so many dislikes, so many things they can dislike. Yet, they still do it. Even with all those dislikes and all those disadvantages, they still do it. So, this tells me they are willing to do things they don't like for money. Whoa, okay. So you say you don't like the marketing, but you also don't like this and 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 this. I get it. You don't like it. Maybe you don't like the marketing too. I get that. But if we're going to pick marketing or job, there's some things that maybe you don't like about marketing. Okay. But there's also many more things you don't like about having a job. So job gets you some money. Marketing could get you some money. I mean, some of you suck at marketing and you're not getting paid yet. So of course you've got to keep your job. I get it. But at some point, if you start treating your marketing, treat it like a job. You get up in the morning and you put your tie on and you do the damn thing you're supposed to do like as if it was a job, then they'll start to pay you consistently like your job is paying you consistently right now, right? Every week or every other week, once a month, whatever. It's at least consistent. That's why you're doing it. So when I'm talking to these prospects, I'm at the marketing meetings, I'm at the networking things, and I'm telling people, yeah, I do this marketing so that people can get out of their jobs and create enough money and time, skill set, space, and cash flow so that we can kickstart this Renatus wealth cycle. Learn how to invest in real estate, talk about Renatus. Talk about Renatus, learn how to invest in real estate. And this thing goes round and round and round. And you can start making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Just like me. Just like Nate Lambert, John O'Neill, James Lee Sleece, Amy and Richard Stott, making millions. So this is to you, some of the IMAs. This is also to some of the guests. We idealize real estate. We idealize real estate. Is it idealize or is it idolize? Right? It's like your idol, whatever. I think it's ideal. We'll Google it later. You get what I'm saying? You put real estate on this pedestal. You say, yeah, this is real estate. This is what I want. It's on this pedestal. And then when you get there, if you're not equipped with the skill set, resources, people, mindset, all of this stuff, you're just going to crash and burn. You're just going to make a big mess of things and not have any fun. So you idolize real estate, but the same skills are required. So, the guy's standing on the corner holding the stop sign and flipping it to slow and flipping it back to stop and flipping it back to slow. He's just standing there. He doesn't like it, but he's doing it for money. So why can't he go to some networking events? Why can't he call 10 of his neighbors? Why can't he make a few Facebook posts? Why can't he do the things that are in the 10-step training so that he can go do something else that makes money? Just because you don't like it doesn't mean You're not going to do it. We already proved you still do it, even though you don't like it, but you're doing it for money. So we don't like getting up every single day early, talking to strangers, getting hung up on, being told no over and over. But I like it more than the job, right? So this is what it comes down to. This is our Renatus wealth cycle. So I tell people, think about this like this is your quote unquote job, right? So you found a way to make a living, and at the same time, you also found a way to make a fortune. And they complement each other. Each side of the Renatus wealth cycle complements the other side. Right? Obviously, if you did more real estate, it might make it easier to market. But if you still get scared when someone says boo or no or go away or I don't want it, and you still shaking your boots and run away, then the real estate didn't help you become a better marketer. So I say start with Renatus. Start with marketing Renatus. Start with a couple $10,000 paychecks. You don't have enough time. Like you run it, like people are like, oh, I don't have enough time to do it all. How am I going to do marketing, real estate, and my job, and take care of my kids, and this and that? And I said, don't even try real estate. Wait a year. Market Renatus, make some money, get your skill set up. Don't even try it. Just wait. Just do one. And then once the Renatus starts paying you, then you got enough time to go and do your real estate. So however fast or slow or detailed or quick you want to have that conversation with people, that's what I'm doing with people. Everyone's a little bit different. I gave you all the angles because not everyone needs to hear that whole thing, right? Okay, now specifically for, so depending on the person, you don't need to say everything I just said. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. You got to pay attention to your customer. Be attentive to their needs and what you're offering. Okay, so now thinking about January 18th coming up. Okay, we're going to have the volunteers there to come help start the day. We're going to do a quick intro and intro to Bob, like who he is, a quick little appreciation thing. Then he'll do the training. Then we'll take a lunch break. Then we'll do some more training. So start at 9:30, doors open. Intro and everything with Bob starts at 10. Lunch break is at 12. And then we'll do more training. We'll take a break at 2. Just a quick little break, and then round out the day with the last of this training. Wrap it up by about 4 o'clock. Now, what is the topic of this training? The topic is using the Renatus wealth cycle. So that's why we need to have some context and tell people what the heck the Renatus wealth cycle is. It could literally be 1 minute. If I only had 1 minute to explain it to someone, this is what I would say. I'd be like, all right, look, I don't got a lot of time, but this is basically what it is. Bob Snyder is a genius, and he's created what's called the Renatus wealth cycle. Okie doke. Renatus wealth cycle means learn to invest. Share your success. Earn while you learn. That's the Renatus wealth cycle. So we're going to pay you. We'll pay you to talk about us. I know you were saying that you don't get paid enough at your job, or you feel like you're not getting paid, or you want to make enough money so your spouse can stay home. Like that's what I want for you too. So why not start working with us? We'll pay you to talk about us. And at the same time, you can learn to invest in real estate. So the cool thing about this is on the 18th of this month, the CEO of Renatus is coming to Denver, and he's going to train on how to do this. Okay, Bob Snyder is the CEO. He's made $1 million in a year. He's made $1 million in a month. He's made $1 million in a day. This guy's an incredible entrepreneur. He's built this business. It's a debt-free business. He's an example of wealth creation. And if you don't have a lot of time to invest in real estate, by all means, start to learn about real estate, share your successes. You'll start making enough money to then really do big real estate with us. This is Earn While You Learn program. Would you like to come with? It's a free workshop. It's 9:30. Doors open at 9:30. Training starts at 10. We'll go to about 4 with a lunch break. You're going to absolutely love this guy. Now, if you had that conversation with 100 people over the next 2 weeks, if you had that conversation with 50 people over the next 2 weeks, do you think we'd have a full room? Each of you, if you had 50 conversations, you might get 5, 10, 20, 25 people. Depends on how enthusiastic and passionate you are about talking about this wealth cycle over here. If you're super passionate about it and you get a bunch of people to show up, they're going to see what Bob is talking about. Right? So here he is. He's sharing. And we're all sitting over here. Wow, look at you training me. I'm learning. This is great. Tons of people. Okay. All this, if these are all IMAs or all ICMs, no. We need guests too. You need guests. You want to get paid on that day, or you just want to get trained on how to get paid that day? Need guests. So he's going to be talking, sharing this story, wowing the crowd. And if you have, Bob has about a 50% close ratio. 1 out of 2 people are going to buy just because of what he says. That's pretty awesome. So if you got 10 guests in the room, that means 5 buy. If 5 buy, that's anywhere from $2,500 all the way to $50,000. That's your potential in one day. Bill Predabon just sent me a screenshot. Last Friday, he got paid $41,700 in one day. So this is normal. This is common. This happens every month. People have these kind of months. He's having like a $74,000 month, but in one day he got $41,000. So why not make it a goal to have 15 invites that said yes? Those 10 of them will show up, 5 of them will buy. If we start to emphasize this portion, this needs to become the emphasis of the Renatus Wealth Cycle. Too many of you think, well, if you do more real estate, then it'll be easier. I'm telling you, it won't be. Because I see it. I've been in it for 9 years, almost 10 years. I see it when people do real estate, but they didn't start with the marketing. They don't know how to market. So they'll go do a fix and flip. Right? They'll go do a fix and flip. But it won't it won't do so many things for them. So here we are in January. We got till December. Right? Now here's you who does only real estate. I'm only doing real estate. Here's me, and I'm doing the wealth, the Renatus. How are we going to acronymize this? Renatus Wealth Cycle. Okay. So you go get a fix and flip, and it takes you 6 months. So now here you are in June, and maybe you made $30,000 on it. Woohoo for you! Now, since I'm using Renatus Wealth Cycle, I can actually use your house Or I could go get my own. I'm using the Renata Swell cycle. And I can make 30,000 off the house, just like you. But each month I will run 10 or 20 people through the house. And I'll combo in February. I'll get a combo in March. I'll get a combo in April. I'll get 3 combos in May. I'll get a combo in June. So yes, I'm going to make 30,000 on my real estate, but on my marketing, I could easily make 150,000 off of one fix and flip. So doing the real estate was hard, right? It was hard, but I put in 10% more effort of just walking people through the house. I'm not swinging hammers. I'm not putting on my suit either. I'm just meeting them in regular clothes. And I might make it groups happen too, right? You guys can do this fix and flip. Come over and check it out. 10% more effort. And I got such a different result. I go do this one more time this year. I go do 2 fix and flips. And the same thing happens again. So now I make between $300,000 and $400,000, and you made 60. But you did only real estate, where I use the system. I use the Renata Swell cycle. So who are these people that go around and get a fix and flip and don't tell anyone? What? People go around and get these short-term rentals, these long-term rentals, these tax liens, and they're not telling anybody. They're leaving all this money on the table. You're leaving money on the table if you're not marketing. You are leaving it on the table. So, put your boss pants on, strap your boots up, start telling people about it. It's way better than what they got going on. I promise you. What you talk to people about, you share this concept, this Renata Swell cycle, this earn while you learn thing. This is way better than, I'm going to say 99 out of the 100 people you talk to, maybe even out of all 100, because if they had something better, wouldn't they call you? Wouldn't they tell you about this other thing that's way better than what they're doing, way better than what you're doing? Well, since they're not, that's a sign to me that you got the great thing going on, and you need to go out there and tell more people. Tell more people and tell more people. And if you're not doing fix and flips, that's fine. There are people in your community doing fix and flips. Call them up. What's the lockbox code? When can I have access? When can I walk a couple of my guests through it? What's the numbers? And build a freaking team. You build this team up, and you run this thing one more year. Right? So this was 2020. This is 2021. We got our January, and then all the way through to December. But guess what? Here's what's going to happen. This guy is going to go do a house. This lady, she's going to go do a fix and flip. This person going to go do a fix and flip. This person going to go do a fix and flip. So now you might not have to do any real estate for 2021, and you got all this real estate to run all these people through. You're going to go get your own, obviously, because you just made several $100,000 doing that this year or last year. So you're going to go get your own. But now each of these people will also want to become 5-star and fill their buckets. And all of these guys, if you start working as a team, you say, hey man, you could use this house, you can use this house, you can use this house. Why don't we all work together? You can use this one, and you can use this one. And throughout the year, everyone is marketing, and we got some houses going on. If everyone does houses and no one does marketing, the community falls apart. You lose your resources, you lose your networks, you lose your time and energy leverage. So to keep the real estate going, we keep our marketing going. This is how it works. And then again, you just made another 500,000 to maybe $1 million this year because you leveraged. But it took you 2 freaking years to get to that point of staying focused, all the way focused, treating it like a job, right? How many times can you show up late to your job before you're fired? So So don't show up late to your marketing, damn it. I mean, darn it. I mean, goodness gracious. Just be serious about it, man. That's what I'm saying. How could you look Bob Snyder in the eye and you say, I love your company. This is fantastic. I love your company. You've changed so many things. This is incredible. And then what if he says, great, who'd you tell about this? And you go, oh, I'm embarrassed to tell people about this. And what if he said, well, weren't you just telling me how great this is? How awkward would that be? Wouldn't you be proud? No, instead, you say, Bob, I love it so much. It's so impactful. You've changed it so much. And here's 10 people I brought this week. Bob, say hi to Bill and Joe and Susie and Alan and Frank and Gina. Say hi to all. He will. And then your actions will line up with your words. Make sure your actions line up with your words. You really like this company? You like what Bob's doing? You like real estate? Prove it. You like the resources? You like the community? Grow it. If you grow it, we'll pay you. Take that money, fire your boss. Take the time that you just got, that you just recouped from your boss's control, and then invest that in real estate, set yourself free. So make sure your actions line up with your words. You're going to say, Bob, thank you. You're going to go on stage at Nationals. Bob, thank you. Make sure when you go up on stage at Nationals, you got 50, you got 100 people on your team at Nationals. You say thanks for making this incredible company by adding people to the company. At least that's what I do. So when I tell Bob, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful you made this company, this organization, so I don't have to have a job and I can spend every day with my wife. I love it. Thank you so much. He doesn't have to go back and think, but does he really like it? Because he hasn't made a sale in a year and a half. He doesn't have to think that. I make a sale every freaking month as a way of saying, thank you, Bob. I don't need the money. I'll take the money, but I don't need the money. But I want to have a track record. So when Bob goes back and he looks, I can look back at telling Bob, every month I made a sale. Definitely several sales, several times a month for several months, but at least one a month as my way of saying thank you for making this company. What if this company went away and I couldn't make sales? That would suck. So I'm just going to keep making sales. Okay, so to maximize the event. So if we're going to maximize our event, question is, which guests, man, that was sloppy. Which guests are ready? Okay, if they've already been to a cash flow, by all means, get them there. If they've been to a house tour, get them to Super Saturday. If they've been to a 4 Pillars, get them to a Super. If they've watched a webinar, get them to a Super Saturday. So basically, everybody. Now, first exposure will work. It will work, but you're probably not going to get paid that day. Whereas, considering the fact that your guests had come to a cash flow or a house tour and then they got to see the business behind the business, they got to meet the CEO, they got to see how the business works, then they're going to finally open up their wallets. But first exposure, it could work. It not my preference. However, if it's like they're busy all week, and say, all right, cool, come on Saturday. And then just explain to them, we're going to be talking about the second half of our wealth cycle. Right? The best way to create wealth is with real estate. And the best way to get into real estate is with Renatus. So we call it the Renatus Wealth Cycle. So you're going to learn how to invest. You're going to share your success. We'll pay you to talk about us. This is Earn While You Learn program. And there are people making huge money. There's people making regular money too doing it. But I'm going to invite you to this. I'd like you to come to it so you can see how to get close to your dreams, your future, your possibilities. So if they've only been to a cash flow, then this week or next week, get them for sure to the 4 pillars. Because if they know how much it costs and what we're offering, Super Saturday could be a payday, not just created in an interest day. And if they've attended the pillars, then you need to get them to the follow-up so they know how to pay for it. And then, of course, both of these get them to Super Saturday. So go over your list. You should each be keeping your own list of people you've been talking to, either in your phone or in Excel or something, but then also in your business center. If you click on people and then you click on my guests, it'll show you all the guests you've ever invited. So go through your list of past events and past attendees. And, check in on them. Hey, it's 2020. Here's what I'm working on. What are you working on? I'm working on this. What are you working on? The conversation started. Because whatever they're working on, if it's entrepreneurial, they're going to need our training. So I just get a conversation. Oh, you started an Amazon business? Oh, cool. Oh, you started a house cleaning business. Oh, you started a lawn mowing business. Oh, cool. They're still going to need our entrepreneur training so they can get the best out of whatever they just started. So do your check-in. Hey, it's 2020, man. I'm working on some more real estate. My goal is to get my first rental property paid off this year. My goal is to get 3 rental properties bought this year, whatever. What are you working on? What about you? So get the conversation started. And then the what to say is business development training. I'm going to a business development training. They have special guest speakers every month, and they got the CEO of this incredible company who's coming to train. He's been a real estate investor for however long, 33 years, I think he's been a real estate investor. But anyway, he's going to come do some training on business development and how to make 6 figures from home. We should up it. How to make 6 to 7 figures from home. So that's what the training is going to be on. It has to do with real estate and business development. Would you like to come with? Not Super Saturday. We're not a Wealth Cycle. We're not a Wealth Cycle. Would you like to come with? It's by invitation only. It's free. Would you like to be my guest? Would you like to tag along? Would you like to tag along? So this could just be a little flyer. This could be your Facebook event. This could be an Eventbrite, whatever. A one-time event, business development training. The key though is you must have if you're going to do Eventbrite or Meetup, you must have a conversation with them beforehand on the phone or like a back and forth correspondence through text or email, proving to us, to corporate, that you have prepped them for this event. You're not saying it's real estate and then they show up and we're doing business development. You don't want that. This is business development. Here's what you're going to learn is the proper skills to how to run a business from home, and then eventually invest those skills in real estate investing so you can quit your job and be rich. Would you like to learn how? It's free. It's by invitation only, though. Would you like to tag along and be my guest? So, Mr. Snyder, he's been a real estate investor for 33 years. Still has the same duplex he very first bought. Still has first duplex. I think that's pretty cool. Still has his first duplex. Okay, he's been training entrepreneurs for 31 years. That's a lot of friggin' training, guys. That's incredible. He's debt-free. His companies are debt-free. He's been featured in, there was a national magazine that went out. I think it was Success Insider or something like that. Featured in national magazines for success. He just got best in state. Two years in a row for education / seminars. His company's been in the Inc. 5000 3 years in a row, which is also really freaking hard to do. He's a man of integrity. Like I said, he's made $1 million in a year, $1 million in a month, $1 million. He's started and ran several $100 million companies. And that guy's touched a lot of money. He's changed, I would say, tens of thousands of lives at this point. Changed tens of thousands. Tens. Oops, I always put dollar signs. That's funny. Tens of thousands of lives. He's a life changer. So you don't have to go through this whole list, but if you hit 3 or 4 of them and you use passion and enthusiasm in your voice, people are going to feel it. They're going to feel your enthusiasm. They're going to want to be a part of it. So, I mean, you could put it this simple, and we'll wrap up with this. And if you got any questions, we'll go to Q&A. But that's basically the last thing is something like this, right? Where if you just say, if you're considering joining Renatus, come meet the CEO for yourself. and find out what Renatus really is. It's real. Everyone's always wondering, is this real? Yes, this is real. So call him, text him. Hey, man, if you're considering, come meet the CEO for yourself. Find out what Renatus truly is. Find out how true Renatus is. How really, really real Renatus is. How really real Renatus is. So if you got any questions, you can type them in, or you can come off a mute. Yep, remember to let your guests know that it is by invitation only, so that they feel a little more special about what we're doing, and that they take it seriously, not for granted, because it is free also to join, but it's by invite only. You can't just wander in off the street. So appreciate you guys. Wow, our attendance has actually gone up as time has gone on. We're up at a decent amount of folks, so good job. I guess some of you were like, you better get on this. That's awesome. Okay, any questions? Okay, that was my mic drop. So it's working. Let's build for Super Saturday. The goals are to make money, change lives, grow the company, grow you personally, volunteer, speak, get your recognition, and receive some training. So thanks for showing up. Alberto, Andrew, Antoinette, Brian, Esther, iPhone, Jenna, Keely, Kristen, Mart, Michael, Ruthie, Shelly, Steven, two Stevens, Tori, Melissa. A few of you no-namers, some of you called in. I don't see your names. I'm in it to win it, just like you. I'm really excited we get to work together on something that's so rewarding as this Renatus Wealth Cycle. So thanks for being here. Share this recording with your other folks, with your other IMAs, other team members, other ICMs, people you're going to enroll in the future, as well as people you know who have missed it. Send them this recording. We're going to post it to Facebook. So good job being here, everyone.